least I don't do crystal meth in the bathroom all night long.
That's my opinion!
He will never emotionally fulfill you.
Because I don't want to be a part of it.
Go to sleep! Go to sleep!
Close your legs to married men, trash box.
I'll tell you how I'm doing. Not well, bitch.
Who gonna check me, boo?
Welcome to Morally Corrupt. I'm Rachel Lindsay. She is Callie Curry. And we got a new show to hop in, Southern Hospitality. I totally forgot. Callie, I honestly feel like it's Ladies of London back? And we're losing Southern Charm. Yeah, Ladies of London's back. We're losing Southern Charm. I was shocked. We're going to recap that later. But I was shocked when they were like, on the season finale. I'm like, how many episodes are we in? Like, it just seemed like this season has gone by so fast, which I guess means it's a good one. We're losing Potomac. So I guess it makes sense why we are gaining some of these other shows. We've got Atlanta coming back. I'm seeing news from Atlanta that I'm like, dang it, that should have filmed during season. Like Pinky Cole, the new housewife, is filed for bankruptcy. She's got Slutty Vegan. We've had her on Higher Learning before. And people are now going through her mentions and finding out that she's MAGA. And I'm like, is this going to be addressed on the show? Because I need to know. But it also makes me very excited for Atlanta, which we're getting in April, I believe, too. So a lot of moving things around here, which I also feel like we just did in February. But whatever, it makes the Bravo world so exciting. So exciting.
Bravo loves broke housewife.
Well, maybe, or a housewife, I should say. We should say like a housewife who presents one way and then we uncover the brokenness. Maybe that's the new unlocked category of what it is to be a good housewife. It fits under the delusion branch. We should do that. We should do a branch of what it is to be a good housewife. Like there's like 3 categories, and then under those trees are a lot of other things. The biggest tree is going to be delusion.
For sure. I can think of a few right off the rip.
We should do that here on Morally Corrupt. But before, we got 4 shows to pop into. We're not going to spend too long on a lot of them. But before we get into our juicy Bravo recaps, a word from our sponsor. This episode is presented by Too Good & Co. Creamer. So I love hot coffee, but whether you enjoy your coffee hot, cold, bold, or frothy, I gotta tell you, Too Good creamers make every sip a good one because they're made with farm fresh cream, real milk, and contain 3 grams of sugar per serving. That's 40% less than the 5 grams per serving in leading traditional coffee creamers, which makes for a rich, creamy, and delicious experience. Find Too Good creamers in the creamer aisle. Okay, Potomac. Last episode of the season of the reunion. And I came in, I blame Chelsea Stark-Jones, okay? She's back and she's already causing a stir. So we had 2 judgy girls on the podcast on Tuesday, which was so much fun. They were fantastic. Really enjoyed the conversation there. But I had yet to see Potomac when we started podcasting on Monday. And Courtney, Mary, and Chelsea had all seen Potomac. And they all agreed that they were disappointed in Karen for the way that she was in that episode. And I was like, really? I was like, I feel like Karen took accountability more than we all thought in the special. Did the special that we got with her and Andy Cohen feel very curated? Yes. But I appreciated a lot of the insight that Karen gave us into her addiction, her struggle with actually calling it that. And I was surprised that, Karen was vulnerable in certain ways that we had, because when we left her, before she went to jail, there was no accountability. And now we are seeing something different. So they were like, oh, we didn't like the way that Karen came into the reunion. I never saw what they were talking about in this episode.
Yeah, I was going to say, what do you mean? Like they thought that she was not being accountable at the reunion?
They said that they just didn't like her behavior, kind of like she came in, I guess, kind of arrogant, because Courtney and Mary do not think that she should return to Potomac. This is how the conversation got started. And I was like, what do you mean? She should absolutely come back. And I said, I'd feel different if we got the Karen before we went into jail. But she seems to have taken accountability. And that's when the conversation started of, well, let's see how you feel after you watch her on the reunion. And I'm like, I feel even better.
Yeah.
About her coming back.
So I wouldn't say that she came into the reunion like super humble and wanting to make sure everyone knows how sorry she is. She did not come in with those vibes, but I feel like it was a different setting. Like she came in to be at the reunion and to then serve like what a reunion's purpose is. Was she like the most accountable in her special with Andy Cohen? Like, no, she still struggled to call herself an alcoholic.
Sure.
But like, I felt that she was sorry and much different. I thought her vibe with Andy was much different than the Karen that we've gotten in the past. And maybe she was a little bit arrogant at this reunion, but she was also like, Wendy, please learn from my mistakes.
Right.
Shut up. And I don't know what your lawyers are telling you because they're not telling you the right thing.
Yeah.
But I fully agree with her. Even Wendy being like, it's all public, it's all public. Not everything you said was public. And it doesn't matter. They can use anything against you.
Right.
They can use how you're saying it and how you're like utilizing it. Don't say anything about your case, which is what I thought we would get. Like before the reunion, when they said that she was going to be at the reunion, I was like, we're not going to get too much. And then at Watch What Happens Live, Andy asked Stacey who was held the most accountable or who had the most heat or whatever. Stacey said something stupid like Jazzy. And Andy was like, really? I thought Wendy had a lot of heat. And Stacey was like, And I agree. Wendy did not have a lot of heat. And the person who gave Wendy the most heat is probably Karen.
Yeah. And I guess that's what I was expecting when they were kind of alluding to, because they didn't want to give too much because I hadn't seen it. But when they were alluding to her not being humble, I thought it was going to be more about her not being humble about herself. Her coming, like kind of scolding Wendy for the way that she's handling it. To me, that wasn't arrogant. Like I thought it was like big sister vibes of,
yes, same.
I have been where you don't want to go. So you need to shut up. And I didn't consider that arrogant. Now, if Karen had come in and she was like, look, I know what I said in that special, but I am back. I am like, that's not it. To me, for her to be glammed up, for her to take her seat right at the front, for her to say, I'm doing good and I'm this, that to me wasn't arrogant because we had seen what we saw in the special. And I wasn't expecting her to repeat that. I thought that's why we got the special. She was supposed to come in as somebody who watched the whole season and basically give her take on what's going on. Her looking at Stacey saying, are you still lying? I didn't think that was arrogant. I'm like, exactly. Thank you. But are you still lying? Her, like, that's Karen to me.
And Andy being like, are you and Stacey, are you and Karen good? And Stacey's like, oh, well, apparently not. And
Stacey,
I felt like Karen was just like, I'm just saying, you lied last season, you're lying again this season. You got to stop lying.
Yeah. And you know what else needs to happen? I get that there is a Wendy Stacey alliance, but what I like about Wendy is that she's confrontational, and I feel like she holds people accountable and tells it like it is. For everybody listening, I'm not talking about how she is for herself. I'm talking about how she is for other people. That's the point. And when Monique, we pick up where we left off at the top of this episode, or the end of last episode, at the beginning, we pick up where we left off. And when Monique is showing, first off, that was annoying because she couldn't show the video. So we have to listen to 30 seconds of a beat. And then I didn't think that Andy or anyone really did a good job of explaining what it is that we didn't hear for us to be drawn in. Like, I kind of was like, all right, well, this was not as big as I thought it was going to be, because I don't really feel like we have the full context of it. But whatever was beeped out, it made everyone say, Stacey, how do you deny this? We basically believe whatever's on this video, and anything you're saying is a lie. And I thought Wendy was going to accept that as well. And then she kind of dances around it and then asks Monique the question, what do you believe? And I'm like, no, for anybody else, you would have had smoke for. And I don't like the way that they're handling each other.
So Ashleigh came out this week and said that it was her daughter on the recording, which I think we talked about last week. We assumed that's what it was because we had heard that. But Ashleigh confirmed it on a podcast or something, that it was her daughter. And her daughter was confirming that she had overheard Chris and Stacey. And the reason why Monique believed it is because Monique was like, how would you even know Stacey's name? Because everyone on the cast was basically like, Stacey's kids do not watch the show. They're not around. I mean, sorry, not Stacey. Monique's kids don't watch the show and they're not around. So how would she know Stacey? How would her daughter know Stacey's name? But then this week, Monique came out and said, I don't believe any of the Stacey and Chris stuff. I've got it all cleared up. It's not true.
Chris got to her.
I was wondering, I'm like, not even Chris got to her. I was like, they are going through court right now and custody.
Exactly.
So I wonder if it's something that she has to say.
Like, I feel like it's let me just shut this down so I can move forward with whatever it is. I guess when I say Chris got to her, it's to your point. Has to do with whatever they're battling in court or with child custody. I just don't like when a narrative is put out there, when you build us up for it, and then there's no resolution. When it doesn't make sense, just cut the whole thing. Cut the whole thing. We don't need it. Because I think the reason that Stacey keeps skating by with her lies is we never have any finality about it. Like, even the TJ thing. She's like, it didn't happen. That's not true. Giselle and Ashleigh are like, well, we were at Essence.
Everyone is
and
like,
this person came to us and said this and showed us stuff. And Stacey's like, it's not true. And it's like, well, then there's nowhere to go.
Well, I think to your point, though, or to Karen's point, it's impossible to get closure with Stacey because she just lies.
Yeah.
Like, everyone seems to be on the same page about, oh boy, what's his name?
TJ?
TJ. I don't think there's anyone that believes that TJ was her actual boyfriend.
Yeah, they questioned it the whole season before they even knew the revelation. Everyone was like, this man does not like you.
Stacey's lying, but she's never going to say that she's lying. Even Andy thinks Stacey's lying.
Yeah. It's getting frustrating.
And Andy loves him some Stacey.
He does. It's getting frustrating only because nothing lands. And so here's another case of a storyline being centered around Stacey. We know Stacey's lying, but then Ashleigh's saying this. Everybody on that couch believed what they heard on that video. Ashleigh gives us more detail. Monique comes out and says this, and then Stacey gets away with it. Monique's like, I've got it all clear. So now Stacey can walk into the next season and be like, why are you bringing this up? Monique herself said this thing. So it just, and maybe Monique will address it on the next season. I don't know, but I found that whole thing very frustrating. And that's why I keep saying Stacey's right on the line. She's right on the line with me. Now she used to be right there. Now she's dancing on it. She's dancing on it.
I love Stacey on the show. And we've said that she absolutely lies. In our opinion, she's a liar. But she lies about things that don't really make me change my opinion about her, like as a housewife. But she can't keep lying this much.
Yeah. This one, it hasn't made me turn on her. But this one, I'm like, it just brings to me, you can't keep being the favorite housewife if this is how storylines center around you. Like, we're gonna, as viewers, get tired of this. You're gonna have to do, either she's gonna have to be caught in a lie, like on camera.
Or she takes accountability.
Like that. I actually need one of those things to happen next season. Like change it up, Stacey. Be accountable. Say I lied. Do you know how much favor that would get her if she was like, actually, that wasn't the truth? I might start believing everything after that, even though, like, you know what I mean? Like I don't know.
I think she's a liar. Like, I just don't know if she has it in her to always tell the truth.
She's definitely a liar.
But I like her. And it's not like for me, it's not this specific lie. For me, it's just like your frequency of lying is becoming a little bit too much. You gotta chill.
Yeah.
So hopefully next season, I still want her to be funny. I still want her to be who she is, but like, you can't just keep lying.
No.
Were you overall happy with the third part of the reunion?
I was happy Karen was back.
Yeah, I'm happy Karen's back, and I want her back next season.
For sure. I was, even though it's against her interest, so this is a selfish thing, I liked that Wendy was talking a lot about it. I liked that we circled back to Wendy.
I don't think she didn't talk about it enough for me. Like, I had a lot more questions. And the one thing that she said that was new information was that the credit cards were not in anyone else's names, only packages that she received.
Mm-hmm.
I find that hard to believe based on based on the information we've been given. Also, I don't know if you saw the updates this week. Did you see the updates on the trial this week?
No, please.
So one, you were right, or you predicted that this was going to happen. They have now re-separated their case. They're going to be tried separately.
Yeah.
And Eddie waived his right to a speedy trial. Wendy has not. So Wendy will be tried. They said her court date will be in April.
Damn.
And then Eddie, well, I guess they were trying to get March. And there was no court dates available for a jury trial. So she's going to be end of April, early May. And Eddie does not have a date. So it sounds like we are setting this up for Eddie to take it.
Damn.
I'm just like, if he takes all of it, how much time is that?
He might plea. Like, he might plea. After her trial, he might take a plea. I don't even know. I mean, didn't they say 15 charges? It's like somewhere, it's double digits. So he might take a plea, or negotiate. So I don't know. I mean, if 15 charges, that's a lot. It's federal. No, it's state. Oh, it's state.
It's state.
Oh. I don't know. But it's definitely looking like she'll go to trial or she'll testify against him. She won't do that. They're married. But
that'd be horrible. I did love how Andy was like trying to get anything out of her, and he was like, "Well, Wendy, what would you have to say to someone who like me who thinks that you have no chance?" I was like, "Damn, Andy."
Yeah, I was glad that he did it.
Good.
I was glad he said it, because my frustration, and I said this last week, was he keeps moving too quickly through certain things. It's like, wait, spend a little bit more time on this so we can get down to the bottom of it. So I was happy that he circled back. We started with Wendy. We ended with Wendy. I was like, thank you for circling back and then for pressing her on it, because it doesn't look good. Did you notice that the baby voice started to come back out again at the end?
Yeah. Yes. Whenever she talks about it, that's what happens. And I don't know where that comes from. Like, it's definitely something that she's unconscious of, I think. I do feel bad for her, and I feel bad for the situation and her kids. And I wouldn't want two parents to go to jail or prison. You know what I mean? But from the information we have, which is not everything, it seems as though she knew what she was doing. So while I feel bad for the situation she's in, I'm also just like, you guys have got to be smarter.
Yeah.
You're on a television show.
Yeah.
And even when she was talking about the robbery again, I was just like, I'm still going with this story.
Bringing the daughter into the daughter saying the
I
dog
know.
Zoe made a mess. It's just, I was like, I cannot believe these are a lot of details, like very specific details.
But also you're doubling down on that story.
They have to.
And again, even though she's like, it's public knowledge. Yes, it's public knowledge. But if you end up taking a plea deal and they have footage of you still floating this lie, it could make that a lot harder. It could make it a lot longer. Do you know what I mean?
I will give her this. She looked fantastic at the reunion. I thought that she looked the best.
I was about to say, I'm trying to think, did anyone look better than her?
She looked fantastic.
Actually, I thought Karen looked great.
I didn't like Karen's hair, but she did. But she looked good.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I don't like when the edge, when the hairline is
Lace
too
front.
perfect like that. Like,
Yeah.
nobody's hairline looks like that. So like, you gotta make it more realistic. It wasn't the hairstyle, it was the hairline for me.
So I thought the hairstyle was great, but I do agree with you on the hairline. Like,
Yeah.
it was glued down.
Tight. Definitely tight. Well, they set us up. I thought it was funny that Giselle pointed out that she didn't have a package. And I'm like, Giselle, that's a wake-up call. Step it up. They had nothing to recap for you. And we said it last week. Giselle, you're doing a lot off camera. Bring it on camera. They're not going to get rid of Giselle, and I don't want her to go.
She recognizes it, though.
Yeah, I don't want Giselle to go. It's just like, step it up. Step it up. But we're setting ourselves up definitely. Next season should be good. You know, it looks like we're not going to have Jazzy. I don't know about Kay. We don't know about Wendy. Even if Wendy's not there, her story will be a part of the season regardless. The women will be talking about it. Karen most likely will be back. Cookie seems like there's too much. I don't know if she's lying or not, but there's just too much. They've already been like, I mean, come on. It came from Cookie. It came from Cookie. So they make it seem like Cookies.
Like it came from Stacey.
Yeah. So we got one of those already.
They're wanting the same.
Even though I find her funny when she's on.
Cookie is a fifth housewife right now.
And she loves it. She's funny, but no. And I don't want anybody, if we had to have somebody new, it does need to be like a Cookie who we've already been introduced to. I don't want a brand new housewife.
Yeah.
Either bring somebody else back or bring in Cookie as a friend of. Don't let it be Charisse.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, no. Summer House. We've talked about this a lot, about the Ciara, the Jessie, the West of it all, but we kind of wrap things up thanks to Lindsay, who tells Ciara, who always should know. Like, I couldn't imagine if Ciara was watching this in real time and never knew this whole conversation was being had without her. What did you think of it? Ciara being emotional about being objectified, that being her insecurity, feeling like that's what men do for her rather than want anything serious with her. Like, what were your thoughts?
I think that in this situation with Jessie, like, Ciara, you didn't want to go on a date with Jessie. So
No.
Her being emotional about that, I was just kind of like, that. I get what she's saying. She's saying in general, this group, or I guess
No, I think she's
maybe in her life.
In her life, she's saying that men objectify her.
Yeah. And they probably do. She is absolutely gorgeous and has perfect boobs. But I also feel like the men who she wants more with, like, her picker is off. And that's why this keeps happening.
Yeah, maybe, but because what I was about to say is the previews for next week, where you hear West say, it was like magical or dreamy when he was with Ciara.
Well, they also show I don't know who he's talking to. Maybe Kyle. And Kyle says, does Ciara know that like if you were going to be in a relationship, that it would be her? And Wes was like, she knows.
But like, that is the worst thing that you can do to somebody. Not the worst thing. I'm being extremely dramatic, but
definitely not the worst thing.
That is
yeah, I get what you're saying.
Terrible thing of, okay, so I would be livid if a man came to me and said, I don't want a relationship, but if I did want one, you would be the lucky girl. Get the fuck out of here with that. Like, that's like when, like back in the day when guys used to be like, she's the marrying kind. I'm gonna fuck around over here, but like, you're the marrying type. It's false hope. Well,
I feel like that conversation has probably happened because of the way West acted about their whole relationship. I feel like West has probably over-explained to her, like, it is not that I didn't like you or care about you.
Yes.
It's that I do not want a relationship right now.
But if I did, it would be you. That's giving somebody false hope. Like, women...
Yes, I understand. It gives Ciara false hope, and you can tell even when they said that West didn't care if Jesse did. Which, by the way, that wasn't true. When Lindsay said he asked West, and Ciara's like, "And what did West say?" And she was like, "Well, West was like, sure, I don't care." And Ciara was like, "That pisses me off," because Ciara again knows that's not true. So she thinks that West is, again, trying to act like that he doesn't care. But I'm like, that's not what happened. West clearly cares by what we're seeing that Jesse asked to make out with her.
He cares, but he's acting.
What I mean?
He cares, but he's acting like he doesn't.
But we talked about this. I feel like he thinks he can't be like, no, you can't do that, because then that's controlling what Ciara can and cannot do. Do you know what I mean?
He doesn't have to say, no, you can't do that, but he can say, this is how it makes me feel. If he, like, this is where I guess EQ comes in.
He doesn't have that in him.
He doesn't.
And the way, instead of saying, I don't want you to do that, Jesse, he was like, well, the other guys thought it was weird.
Right.
Why don't you say you thought it was weird?
Yeah. That gives, I said it last week, that gives me an ick that you can't just...
That he can't address
stand in it. But I just want to normalize calling out but if I did, it would be you. Because I do believe, like, from how we watch things, it seems like maybe at least the way it's being presented on camera, that I could see that it seems like Ciara's holding out to, like, well, maybe
for that.
Maybe he'll want to be in a relationship. Maybe, he's turning a corner now. Maybe he's got this out of his system. I don't know that to be true. I'm just saying, like, that's how it's presented. And I do believe that they've probably had those conversations. So it's kind of like, okay, well, when he is ready, he'll choose me. It's just a matter of, do I wait or do I not? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's like triggering because that is how I just remember in my 20s, guys would talk to girls like that all the time. Like, I just want to be out here.
Isn't it on Ciara to be like, okay, thanks, but no thanks. I'm going to do
Yes. It is. It is. But it is not a flex, and it does not make women feel good. And it's not a compliment to be like, but if I did, like, just know you would be the woman that I would want.
Yeah.
No, we have to stop that. We have to stop that.
I mean, that doesn't help anyone except for maybe you potentially. But I also loved what by the way, I like Dara.
Yeah, I like her too.
What Dara said this week, which was like, West is the best guy in the world unless you're falling in love with him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which I was also like, West really be pulling.
Personality. Women, like, guys underestimate how women will fall for your personality. If you are fun, funny, have money, a talent, like, women will fall for you. Whereas men, but like, it's more leads with attraction physically.
Just attraction.
But for women, it is when guys were like, how is that girl with that guy? He's probably funny. He's probably got money. He's like, there's just so many things. So West has a lot of personality and he's a charmer. So I'm not shocked at all by his roster. Like when I saw Dara, I was like, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because he comes across as a cool, like, I mean, I've been around him. He's a cool guy. He's a cool guy. And most people aren't cool. And I stand by that. Most people are not cool.
Yeah, and he's witty and he seems like a lot of fun. I could see how a girl could fall in love with him. But when I do see his roster, I'm like, okay, you got something.
Charm. Charm.
But I do really like Dara and I like her in KJ's like awkward flirt. I love that KJ wants so badly to be a fuckboy and it's just like, that's just like not me. It's not me.
I know. How old is KJ? I really like KJ. He seems like such a sweetheart.
Yeah, he's a sweetie. I think he's 30.
Oh, really? Thought he was much younger than that. He's a little baby face. But no. I like him too. I also like watching him with Dara. Like, she will eat you alive.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
100,000,000%. I am excited to see Ciara and West flirt though. Can't wait. Next episode.
I'm not.
Do you believe, I think we can't wrap up Summer House without addressing the rumor. Do you believe that Amanda and West were spotted together?
Oh, I believe that they were probably together. I do not believe that the rumors of them canoodling or being romantic, it's like so far from who I think both of them are. But like they are like brother and sister. They have a closeness. I could totally see them at a bar talking closely together, laughing, touchy-feely, and somebody trying to interpret that as something else because maybe they just saw the two of them. But in no way do I think that they are doing
also,
anything.
Both of them are touchy-feely people.
Yeah. I couldn't believe when I saw it, I was like, are we really doing this?
I personally don't believe it at all.
Are we really doing this? Like, this is ridiculous. No. But I am not excited to see the flirting that we are getting teased for next week with West and Ciara. We can move past that. We can move on.
You know that I love it.
You said her pickers off. That includes him. Timing is everything. Everything. I can think of people I dated in the past that I'm like, if we dated now, we would be together. Timing is...
I still stand by that. I love West. Like, he is one of my favorite men on reality television. And I understand why she would pick him, but he does not want to be picked. And so then you're putting yourself in a situation to feel like you're not good enough. And it feels like Ciara does that over and over again with men that I'm just like, why do you want to hear that you're not good enough for that guy? Do you know what I mean?
I forgot about Austin. When you just were talking, it made me remember that about Ciara and Austin. And he totally was objectifying her. Totally was.
1,000,000%.
Yeah. Listen to Dara.
Which, you know what? That leads us right on into Southern Charm.
Leads us right into it. Okay, Southern Charm. I thought this was to learn that next week is the finale. This was such a throwaway episode for me. Like, get us out of Mexico and get us back. I didn't need to see them healing, sweating it out. Even though I would love to do this. This is the kind of stuff I like. I love all the spiritual.
No way.
I do. Like, I'm tapped in. Let's sweat it all out.
I can't be in a hut with people sweating. How bad it probably smelled in there. No, thank you.
I love that kind of like symbolic, what it means, like the purging of it all. But I don't want to see it on television. I don't want to see it.
I absolutely love Southern Charm. It is one of my favorite shows on Bravo. And this week, one of my friends who loves Southern Charm too was just like, I cannot believe it's the finale already. And then she was like, do you think this season's been good? And I was like, honestly, no.
Oh.
And I like Southern Charm. I would love Southern Charm. We decided after a long conversation, the problem is not having Madison. not having Madison as a full-time cast member, because even when she was on it, like, she's pregnant, she can't, and she was very pregnant.
Yeah.
While they were filming, it was not the same fiery Madison. It was like Madison was not checking Austin, checking Craig, making sure, you know what I mean? Like, she's kind of what makes everything flow.
Mm-hmm.
And not having her really hurts because the cast doesn't really make sense without her.
Well, I mean, it's funny that you guys talked for a long time in the conclusion. That's why I laughed. The conclusion.
Well, we were like, what's missing? Why aren't we just loving this?
I just love that was the
on.
conclusion. The conclusion was, it's got to be Madison. You know, Madison is always a treat, and I want more of her on the screen. But I think also the storylines, the show's been on for, is it 11 seasons? No, season 14. Jesus. Season 14. Goodness. It's been on for 14 seasons. Wow. Okay. And I just feel like it's becoming like a Vanderpump Rule. These people are like, think of the Shep we had from season 1 to season 7 to season 14. Shep, all he wants to do is live in Mexico and be on a boat and fish with a guide. Like, yeah, he's never solo. That is what he values right now. He enjoys fishing. Whitney, what? Whitney? And
I think Whitney's just too old for this now.
But so is Shep, in a sense, as I'm not saying it just by age, just like where he is in life. We can't keep building an entire season around Craig and Austin and the lack of their friendship.
Craig, period.
Their friendship, like where we're going to end this season with Austin and Craig, they're not friends. They don't like each other. They've reached the point of no return. You cannot have another season of them trying to rectify their friendship. It's done. I don't care how much they sweated it out. I don't care that they were in a circle holding hands. It's done. We have to let that go. So where are we left with this season? As much as you like Molly, Vanita, who else is left? Like, you can't, there's not enough to carry it. They almost need to just they almost need like a whole new cast with a couple of people left to say it's not Madison. There's nothing else there. They brought in Charlie. Charlie liked Craig. She saw who Craig was and she's disgusted, and that's done. That's done. Like, to your point, Madison is the most dynamic woman that they have on the cast. And I think but everybody else is kind of just a filler. Oh, you have Sally, but it's like, Sally's a one-trick pony. Men.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would definitely want another season with Madison to see if that changes things, because I love her friendship with Craig. I love her friendship with Austin. She kind of makes the whole Austin Rodrigo and her thing like go. She makes the Vanita go, because her and Vanita are actually friends, and you can tell that Vanita doesn't have the strongest friendships with the people that are on the show right now. And then she brings Craig back in. She makes Craig actually feel comfortable in this group. Because I just don't think Craig feels super comfortable. He knows all these people do is talk shit about him. Which, again, I did not like how he handled himself last week. But I do think that Austin is a big... I think Austin knows what to do to get Craig to this point.
And as he said, he hates Craig.
And that's the show. Yeah, and this is the show. I think Craig acting like that last week, Austin was thrilled.
Yeah, but we have to, like, Craig was, to Charlie's point, and I don't necessarily agree with her, but her point was, when I've seen Craig get upset, it was something that someone did.
For a reason.
This was, you just were raging to rage.
Well, yes, but I don't even think that's necessarily true. I think Craig started raging because right before he gets on the bus, he hears that, and the reason why Charlie doesn't recognize it is because it was her that said it, not knowing that it would have set this off. But right before he gets on that bus, he hears that Sally is asking why'd they kiss and da-da-da-da. And Craig is just like, why is she always in our business? And like, why can't, and why did Austin tell Sally that we kissed? So I feel like that was just like especially in the state that Craig was in, he needed just a tiny little sprinkle to set him off at that point.
I guess I thought he had let it go because he got on all happy and brought the drinks onto the bus or the van. So I was like, okay, he's like just like enjoying his drunken state. And then he gets on, the door closes and he's like, let's go.
I don't think that Craig can enjoy his drunken state when he's that drunk.
Maybe. I mean, clearly. I mean, evidence, all evidence points to that being the case. I just think that this cast doesn't have enough. You know, we've spent over a decade with them. They are not the same people that we met. And you don't want them to be. It's like Vanderpump Rules. They've moved on. They have businesses.
I just don't think we're there yet. We're not there yet.
There's nothing else. It's your favorite show. You want your show. You don't want your show to die like this. It's not Madison.
I gotta have a season with Madison. I gotta have a season with Madison before I give it up.
There's one storyline, and this is why Craig gets frustrated. There's one storyline this whole season, and that's Craig. Craig is the storyline. Craig and Austin. Craig and Vanita.
Yeah.
Even who else? Craig and Charlie. Craig and Sally. There's
Craig and Charlie.
There's one person, and it's Craig. And everybody is like hitching their wagon to Craig because that's how you have attention. And then we get comedic relief through Madison and Rodrigo, and even Molly, and that's great.
Mm-hmm.
But it's Craig. He's the anchor. So
I agree.
That can't be it. Southern Charm is your favorite show because it's been so fantastic for such a long time. Where we are right now, there's got to be a shakeup.
Can we bring Catherine back? Can we bring Cameron back? Naomi, I would love to see Naomi's life right now. I think there's zero chance she would do it, but I would love to see her life.
Yeah, because she's engaged to a billionaire.
Yeah, but I would love to see it.
Me too. And I just don't feel like we have enough people in in Charleston to make it happen. Because over there at Southern Hospitality, they're racking up more cast members as we speak. Let's talk about Southern Hospitality. It's back. It's crazy that 2 reality shows on Bravo are happening in small town Charleston. We've never talked about Southern Hospitality on Morally Corrupt. We've never recapped it. This is a first.
I don't know if we've done a full recap, but it is known that both you and I like Southern Hospitality. Like, we have talked about how we didn't think we'd like it, and then we binged the season.
Well, that's how I like to watch it. And I felt that after I watched this episode, I'm like, yeah, I was looking up the population. Southern Charm. I keep calling the city Southern Charm. Charleston has 150,000 people in 2020, which seems low. I thought it was going to be more, but I guess if you take all the stuff around it, like the other counties, then
I think Charleston's a pretty small city.
It has more. So the fact that we have these 2 reality shows is crazy in a town of 150,000 people. And also, the pool is small. Now, back to Southern Hospitality.
The pool's small. That's why there's a lot of overlapping between the 2 casts. The pool is small, but there is characters in Charleston. I understand how they can make 2 shows.
Here's my thing with
Especially since Charleston has the old money, and then it also has it being super popular. It's a super popular city right now for like young people to go live. So it's like 2 shows that showcase each of those things.
Here's my problem with Southern hospitality. One, after watching this episode in real time, I realize I only want to watch the show binging it all at once. I think that's the only way I can handle it. I don't know if I can do this weekly. 2, the beauty of Southern Charm is I believed them. I believed their drama. I believed their friendships.
Yeah.
I believed everything about them. Nothing felt curated. It felt messy and raw, very Vanderpump Rules. Because I remember thinking, wow, I can't believe they were able to like match the energy of Vanderpump Rules on the opposite coast. Like the casting is amazing. Southern hospitality, I just don't believe them. I don't believe any of them except for Leva. It's weird. Do you understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Their drama feels so curated and so trite. Like I have to binge this show.
I think it is more of a bingeable show than watching it every single week. This episode specifically, I agree with you. Like going over how Brad and Mia supposedly made up the entire thing with Maddie's ex cheating on her. Maddie going around being like, oh, do you guys want a hot dog? They're not very good. Blah, blah, blah. Like that just would not happen at work. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Michael's going out and yelling like, you are not going to talk to my staff. I will have you banned.
I loved it. I loved that moment because then him going into Leva's and the way he cried, I was like, love it. But then this is what I mean about them making it up or not feeling real. Then all of a sudden, you're sitting down and you're meeting with Molly and you're able, that energy, that emotion of you screaming to then, those were real tears crying. I was like, wow, that felt like you were really hurt and there was a friendship. And something was missing between them meeting on that bench and rectifying it so easily that to the moment of him screaming at her and compromising his job. Like, I like that Leva was like, you can't have this job if you don't control your emotions. It just didn't feel right. Like, I don't know. And then Bradley has apologized to this girl and taken accountability. And Madison's like, tells him, no, Bradley, you actually took accountability. And in that same sentence, then starts screaming and yelling at him. And her boyfriend's holding her back. And I'm like, what? This seems like it's fake. Like you're just trying to
like they're
have
like
a moment.
Trying to have drama.
Yeah.
I think they all really want to be on the show. And they really want to be famous.
For sure. I see that when I'm at BravoCon. Like, they feel like the outsiders of BravoCon. I felt like Next Gen NYC was accepted more than Southern Hospitality was. I really, like, the cast was. There's just no standout person on the cast that like you just love and root for like maybe you can on other casts, right? Like on Next Gen
I have overall liked the show, but like how much do I care about these people? But then again, I did really like it when I binged it, so I'm wondering if I took a few weeks off and then watched 3 episodes, would I be back in? You know what I mean?
Well, as a bingeable show, right? Like I think that they should move this show to Peacock and give us all the episodes at one time. Because I enjoy it in bulk. Like, I don't want to watch Emmy being like, she gives me anxiety. Like her mannerisms and
her energy
is so like even when she's talking to Maddie in the kitchen and Maddie's like, oh, this wiener's named after you. And Emmy's like trying to be so cool about it. She's like, I don't really care what they think. I mean, like the fact that you're fixated on me, I was like, girl, you do not even believe this. You were trying so hard to be.
No.
It was. I know you guys are gonna hate me doing this recap because I'm so bashing a show that I do watch, but I guess they just need to find their groove. Like, if you had to pick one person that you really like on Southern Charm. Southern Hospitality.
This.
See what I'm doing? I can't even get to the Southern Hospitality of it. Keep going to Southern Charm. Who is the person? I'll go first. I like Mia.
I do like Mia.
I like Mia.
But Mia hasn't been like fully on the show in like 2 years, it feels like.
No, because
like
she doesn't
barely
work there.
on it. She pops in, pops out.
I just keep asking myself, I'm like, where are we going this season? Because it can't be Bradley, TJ versus Maddie over something that happened last season. It can't be Emmy and Will. It can't be that drama. We've been doing that for 3 seasons. So what is
so then this is the
storyline?
other problem with the show, and to your point, what makes it also feel fake is these people don't even really work at Republic anymore. Like Maddie being gone and DJing. Well, they talk about it. Like they're like, Maddie hasn't been here for months. She's been DJing, and
Joe goes with her.
Joe's been following her around. Like when Michaels is like, I can count on my hand how many days Joe's worked here. But all of a sudden you show up to work when they start filming? Yeah.
Yeah. Michaels works there.
And Mia doesn't work there anymore. Molly doesn't work there anymore. Like it's then what's
the other
show?
girl, the spiritual girl doesn't work there anymore. I guess Lake works there. Lake and Michaels work there.
Is Lake on the show?
She was there. Remember, she got screamed at by Molly. She didn't really get screamed at, but Molly kind of was like, and that didn't make any sense. They were thick as thieves, and Molly's like, stop acting like a kindergartner. You got your feelings hurt. I'm like, weren't y'all friends? This is the last recap.
But also, I'm saying like, I'm just saying that there's a lot of characters, but the main characters are Joe, TJ, Brad, Maddie, Emmy,
Michaels. Yeah.
So like Lake working there, I don't care. You're barely on the show.
Yeah, she was okay last season. Or she was better.
Now we
more
have a new
involved.
guy.
Oh yeah, we have a new guy. We had a new guy last season. Remember the guy last season?
No.
Exactly. There was a guy last season. Because remember he had longer hair maybe?
Oh yeah,
He's gone. He is gone. And we don't even talk about it. Now we have this new guy. And we had that conversation boys' night. That was like odd. Yeah. There's just no. I will say that Emmy Will has carried me for 3 seasons. I did find that drama fascinating. I believe all the rumors around Will. I do believe all of that.
Me too.
Emmy's reaction and what she was going through with it. Like, I did enjoy it. Well, guess what? They're engaged now. So, and Will's never coming back to the show.
Right.
So to me, I was shocked that they got a 4th season. And I think they got a 4th season because of what happened after the reunion with the Will and Emmy and talking to the mom and everybody hearing it and that drama. But are we going to circle back to that?
I assume so. But right now, Maddie is so worried about herself that.
What did you think about?
And even Brad being like, I thought we ended this months ago.
And she said, we did. Thank you for taking accountability. But I still have to rage because I need a moment for camera time.
A moment.
What did you think about Bradley's girlfriend getting involved? I laughed.
She was like, girl, you came up to him and said it's all good. Da, 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 da. And Maddie was like, no, I didn't. She was like, yes, you did. I was like, okay, girl, way to step right in. So she stepped right up to bat. Like, it's time for me to shine.
She said, I've been hidden for a year. And, and I will no longer live in the shadows. Also, I knew what she looked like before. When he said, I'm done, my Playboy days are over, and my Playboy days are over, and I have found the one, I said, you don't even have to show her. I know who she is. I know who she is.
I know what she looks like. I know who she is.
I know who your dream girl is.
Also, between both of these shows, I'm like, I knew what we were getting.
Yeah. So I'm curious. I mean, we're gonna watch Southern Hospitality. If it really does not move anywhere, we'll stop recapping because I don't want to waste you guys' time shitting on a show and just being so negative.
Let us know who you're cheering for.
Yeah.
Maybe
we're
help.
missing something. But right now, it could be better. I got really excited when I saw what happened after the reunion. I was like, yes, this is good drama going into the season. And here we are yelling about over hot dogs and a rumor from last year that they made it up. But also the fact that they made that shit up lets me know that everything we're saying is fucking true.
Yes.
You made that up?
I mean, I will say, I know that Brad is like, we ended that. I apologize, blah, blah, blah. I'm probably not going to be friends with you after you do that, ever.
Also, well, Bradley is. I mean, not Bradley, Joe is. Because had they not made that rumor up, Joe would not be with Maddie.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
So Joe's like, let's go to the party. Come on, they're our friends. Because if they had not, I don't really care that much. The only way this season will be saved at the moment, after one episode, is if we find out that Joe was behind the rumor too, so he could get Maddie.
That he knew it was fake too.
That is the way to save this season. He knew, but he wanted Maddie.
Currently, are Joe and Maddie together?
Joe posted Maddie, and it's he didn't. January 6th. They're still together.
I will say, I didn't even fully believe in that relationship last year, and it seems like it's real.
I know. I thought it was going to be her. He will never leave her.
Yeah. He's in love.
But, she's dealt with a dog in Trevor, and Joe is super supportive, takes care, follows her around, takes care of her. He was
Joe's
her best friend. He was her best friend before. So, I could see it. I do like them together. I do like them.
Yeah, I can see it now. But last season, I did have suspicions that even that was fake. But I was wrong. And
you should have been. I think that no one can fault you for that. That is a fair analysis. But we'll tap back in next week and see where we are. But I'm telling y'all, if we're gonna go ahead and script this show, Joe needed to have been in on the rumor. Joe needed the rumor.
Well, we shall see. I hope it gets better because I have liked the show. I like Leva on this show. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping for it to improve. If it does not, we usually pick the best shows every week. So you might see us pop in and out depending on how it's going.
Are you watching Ladies of London?
No, but I would.
Where is it?
I think Peacock.
Okay. Andy said I saw a little bit of Watch What Happens Live, and he said I guess there's 2 episodes, maybe 2 dropped at the same time, or at least 2 are on. And he was like, the first 2 episodes are amazing to whoever the cast member was on Watch What Happens Live.
Yeah, I saw her on Watch What Happens Live with Bose. So maybe we tap into that too. And Ladies of London, the first iteration was amazing. So I'm happy it's back.
And we still have, it's crazy that we still have Beverly Hills. That is still on. Did you see Amanda on page 6 where she was telling about the behind the scenes of her time on Selling Sunset? It was good.
Didn't she do that a while ago?
I had not seen it. It was brought to my attention via Queens of Bravo. Thank you so much. And
yes, I have seen it.
Amanda better come back. She better come back.
Oh, she can't be. She can't be a one seasoner.
No.
She's not. She's carrying the season.
She's carrying. She and Rachel Zoe.
Yeah, I do love Rachel.
Carrying the season for sure. Well, all right, guys. You never know what you're going to get. Next week, maybe it'll be, I'm going to say Soho, because I see as I went on Joe Bradley and Maddie Reese's pages, that is what they refer to Southern hospitality as. So maybe you'll get Soho. You're definitely getting Southern Charm. It's the finale. Potomac's out. Maybe Ladies of London. Maybe Beverly Hills. Who knows? Southern Summer House. Jeez, it's time to go.
Summer House for sure.
All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I feel like it was a little bit of of rambling there, but hope you got, and ranting on my end. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Join us Tuesday for our news show. And until then, we'll see you. Bye, guys.